Sam was an ordinary boy from a small town. He lived in a quiet neighborhood where nobody spoke English. His world was small school, home, and the same dusty road between them. But inside Sam's heart, there was something different, a dream. He wanted to travel, to see the world beyond the mountains that surrounded his town. He wanted to talk to people from other countries and understand the world through their words. But there was one problem. He didn't know a single word in English. Sam was 17 when he first realized how much English mattered. One evening, his cousin from the city visited. She showed him pictures from her trip to London. Big Ben, red buses, double-decker tours, and friends from different countries. They were laughing together, talking freely in English. Sam felt something, not jealousy, but fire. He wanted that. He wanted to speak like them. But when he tried to read her English captions on Instagram, he couldn't. It felt like staring at a code from another planet. That night, Sam looked at himself in the mirror and whispered, "I will learn English, no matter how hard it is." It sounded crazy. His friends laughed the next day. "Sam, English? You can't even say hello properly." He smiled and didn't answer. Deep down, he knew they would laugh now, but one day they would understand.
Sam didn't have money for classes, so he started with what he had, his old phone and free Wi-Fi at the library. He downloaded Duolingo, YouTube, and an English dictionary app. Every day after school, he went to the library, sat near the corner, and studied. At first it was terrible. He couldn't remember words. He confused is and are, he and she. Sometimes he felt like quitting. But then something changed. He started using what he learned in real life. When he went to the market, he looked at a banana and said softly, "Banana." When he saw a cat, cat. When he ate bread, bread. He didn't care if people thought he was crazy. He was building his world in English, word by word. After a few weeks, Sam noticed that learning English was not about talent. It was about consistency. Every day, even 15 minutes, built something inside him. Then came curiosity. He started to ask questions. Why do people say good morning and not nice morning? Why is it I am and not I is? He searched, listened, watched, and repeated. YouTube became his classroom. He followed English teachers from all over the world, Americans, British, Indians, and wrote every new word in a small notebook he called the English Bible. And finally came confidence. When he started talking to himself in English, everything changed. In the mirror, he said, "Hi, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you." Then, "How are you today?" Then full sentences. "I like learning English. It makes me feel free." He was not perfect, but he was improving. His pronunciation got better. His fear disappeared.
After 6 months, Sam felt stuck. He could understand simple sentences, but not movies or fast conversations. It felt like climbing a mountain. The higher he went, the harder it became. One night, he cried. He looked at his notebook and thought, maybe I'm not smart enough. But then he remembered something an online teacher once said. Fluency is not magic, it's repetition. So Sam decided to change his method. He stopped trying to learn 100 words a day. Instead, he chose 10 words a day, but used them in sentences, real ones. For example, if he learned the word journey, he said, "My English journey is hard, but I will finish it." If he learned dream, he said, "My dream is to speak English and travel." This simple change made a big difference. Words stopped being just sounds. They became part of his story.
One morning, Sam woke up early and played an English podcast while brushing his teeth. It was about morning habits for success. He understood 70% of it. For the first time, he smiled and said, "I understand. I really understand." That small victory gave him wings. He started to do everything in English: his phone, his YouTube, his social media. When his friends sent messages in his language, he replied in English. At first, they thought he was showing off, but soon they started asking him for help. "Sam, how do you say this in English? Can you help me write a message to my foreign friend?" He realized something powerful. The boy who once knew nothing was now teaching others.
2 years passed. Sam was no longer the same. His room was filled with English books, sticky notes on every wall, chair, window, lamp, dream. He started watching English movies with subtitles and later without them. He laughed at English jokes, read English blogs, and listened to English songs until he understood their meaning. Every night he wrote one paragraph in English about his day. "Today I went to the library. I studied vocabulary. I feel happy." Over time, his sentences became more natural. "I had a productive day today. I learned 5 new words and practiced pronunciation." His writing improved, his grammar became clearer, and his vocabulary grew. Then came his big test: speaking with a native speaker for the first time. Sam joined a free online English exchange website. His first partner was a girl named Emma from Canada. When she said, "Hi Sam, how are you?" his heart raced. His hands were shaking. But he took a deep breath and said, "I'm fine, thank you. And you?" It was a simple sentence, but it meant the world to him. The conversation was short, a little awkward, but real. He finally broke his fear barrier. After that, he talked with more people from around the world: the UK, India, Egypt, Brazil. Each conversation gave him confidence, fluency, and friendship. Sam started keeping an English memory box. Every time he reached a new milestone, understanding a full movie, finishing a book, or completing an online class, he wrote it on a small piece of paper and kept it inside. When he felt sad or tired, he opened the box and read them. It reminded him how far he had come. Learning English was no longer just a goal, it became part of who he was. 3 years later, Sam decided to take the official C1 English test. It was expensive, and he had to save money for months. The day of the exam, he was nervous. He thought of the nights he stayed up studying, the mornings he listened to English podcasts while walking to school, and the hundreds of mistakes he made. During the test, there was a speaking section. The examiner asked, "Why did you decide to learn English?" Sam smiled and said, "Because I wanted to change my life." His voice was calm, confident, and natural. When the results came a few weeks later, he couldn't believe it. C1 level. He ran around his room, laughing, shouting, crying. He did it. The boy who once couldn't say hello was now officially fluent. After passing the exam, Sam got a part-time job as an online English tutor. His first student was a boy from his own town who reminded him of himself: shy, afraid, and lost. Sam told him, "You don't need to be perfect. Just start. Every small step counts." Teaching others made him even better. He realized that explaining grammar helped him master it more deeply. His English became not just fluent, but natural.
1 year later, he finally made his childhood dream come true. He became a traveler. He booked a ticket to London, the city he once saw only in pictures. When he landed,
Everything felt magical. The sound of people speaking English everywhere, the smell of coffee from street cafes, the sight of Big Ben under the golden light of morning. He ordered his first coffee in English. "Hi, can I get one cappuccino, please?" The barista smiled and said, "Sure, coming right up." Sam smiled too. He wasn't just repeating phrases anymore. He was living them. In the following months, Sam visited many countries: France, Turkey, Japan, and the United States. In every country he spoke English and met people from all over the world. Some were travelers like him, others students or dreamers. He listened to their stories, shared his own, and realized something beautiful. Language connects souls. English wasn't just a tool for communication anymore. It was the bridge that brought him to new friendships, new opportunities, and a new version of himself. Now, when Sam tells his story, he always ends with the same words. "I didn't start with talent. I started with a dream and a notebook." He shows the same small notebook, the English notebook, filled with old words, coffee stains, and hope. "If I can do it, you can too," he says. "Start small, speak daily, never stop." His message became viral on YouTube, inspiring thousands of learners to begin their own journey. He created his own channel called Learn English with Sam the Traveler. In each video, he shared his daily routine, easy vocabulary tips, and motivational stories. People loved his accent, clear, natural, and full of emotion. More importantly, they loved his honesty. After 5 years of learning, teaching, and traveling, Sam sat by a window in a small cafe in Italy. A cup of coffee in one hand, a book in the other, an English novel he once couldn't understand. He looked outside at the busy street, people talking, laughing, living. And for a moment, he smiled. "This is it," he whispered. "This is what I dreamed of." He realized that learning English didn't just give him a new language, it gave him a new life. It gave him freedom.